This is the map of the Rainbow Bridge scenic spot, not far away from my hostel by an indirect route. My driver just took me here gratis. I gave him an extra 20% over what he had asked for on my trip earlier, just because I think he had to wait longer than he expected to. Pretty walkway here using those big long stones that usually cover, and may be doing it here, a drainage ditch. I like this old guy treatment here. Everything I do is free. I mean, all the places I visit are free so far. That's a considerable savings, I mean, in Chinese terms and in day-to-day travel terms. Now, what's neat about this little side trip is, to get back I have a fairly long walk, but it happens to take me through another really neat market street. What may be the lintel of a window or something that's carved out. This is the way out when I get ready to go out. Isn't this pretty? Made out of, I think, cement trees, yep. So I'll return in a few moments and cross that bridge. There are many rivers here. The Rainbow Bridge was established in AD 1139, the Southern Song Dynasty. Has the longest history of any bridge in China, largest scale of 140 meter length, most complete preservation, most reasonable design, most beautiful recommended by various media. Took 10 years to finish it. To present the people's good wishes, as local people say, you would have good luck and success after crossing this bridge. The flood control system of this bridge design is very scientific, and the word reasonable. Built on the broadest of the river with minimum impact and slow running speeds, made the pier into semi-boat type to reduce the impact of the flood, kept the space between the piers according to flow speed, the faster for the wider for flood discharge, built a stone dam, head up the water level, slow the flow speed and protect the bridge. Apparently has lasted without any dress up, for convenient of repair of putrefaction wood, which is only made by common carpenter. So the bridge can keep the original appearance after 900 years. So one of the points to be gained is that because it's made of wood, it can be restored easily by the ordinary carpenter. So it doesn't require any sophistication, thus it can break the build and forget mold. I think this may be a mahogany wood. I keep seeing that term referred to in the literature. I wonder if these cutout designs on the walls have any significance. They must, they wouldn't put them there. So the man with the hoe in his hand represents the builder and designer of the bridge. The man on the right with the alms is a monk who raised funds to build the bridge, and the man on the left is a man who successfully controlled the flood before the bridge was built. Apparently you can go on a little cruise in that boat, like this stream, or on that raft. You can definitely see the prow of the ship on these pylons. This one opposite a higher level, but certainly designed to anticipate floods. I wonder if that area over there with its spillways next to the water wheel was designed for additional either water wheels or some kind of machinery. Another opportunity to take a little walk out into the field, so I'll do that. Everywhere, including the sides of the terracing, is an opportunity for growing crops. Here's some of the deadly peppers that they use. And here's one of those cotton balls ready to open up. This is another aqueduct designed to run water from this elevation way over there somewhere to feed the crops at a lower elevation. Looks like fairly rich soil. Not black river bottom, but good quality, I would think. Certainly after hundreds, if not thousands of years, they've learned how to sustain their land. I think these are the same as I saw earlier today at the entire width of that stalk of flowers is probably no greater than 3/16. So if those are individual flowers, then I can't tell. They're really small. Some different nearby flowers. Probably a 1/2 inch across. These flowers appear to be less than 1/8 of an inch across. A fair distance up in this canyon, or valley I should say. I suspect anytime there's any land that can be terraced, it will be. What I find curious about these small flowers is that there's not a profusion of big giant flowers given so much moisture. Flowers like you would see in Southeast Asia. Then everything else gets done by hand, I believe. Here these stalks of grass in between the growing plants may provide some kind of thermal protection. Here again, a small field of these dual colored plants, although it seems that don't necessarily think, oh yes, there's one plant that appears has both colors on the plant. Look at that large melon, apparently suspended from vines that are holding on to the tree as well as these bushes here. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Okay, here we have that assembly line dynamic again with 4 pestle and mortar arrangements. They're not working right now, but they could easily be if they were positioned correctly. And notice here we have the stone. That seems to be stone, and this may be metal here. Although the others are wood. Now notice that here's a grinding stone, and there's the gear apparatus for operating that. So, there's the wheel there. So, if they, for example, didn't have the teeth missing in that horizontal gear, that would be turning right now, but they've removed that to emasculate the grinding stone. One of the interesting notes on this rice husking workshop is 2 things. One, this does not grind the rice, rather it removes the husks from the rice. And then secondly of all, the wheel is equipped with a bamboo tube for suction of water to lubricate and cool down the friction parts of the wooden shaft. How clever. Now this just looks like a high volume sieve. I don't think it operates off of the water well in any way in particular, although it might. It appears that you just operate it by pulling this back and forth with this as a breaking point, if you will, and stuff just falls through there. Here we get to see how the wheel works. The tubes that you see are what in fact are being filled with water, and then as the tubes get up there at a slight angle, and they dump into the trough. And then here the trough, and where that trough goes and what it does, I don't know, unless that's the tube they were referring to cool the wood. You can see also that it's doing something over here and over on this side. And there you can see, there we go. See, there's the bamboo. See it through there? And it's dumping just a little bit of water on that shaft to keep it from getting too hot. This appears to be made out of wood, except for the ring part, the outer rings. And I think the cross members between those. But the boards and everything else appear to be wood. You would think this fast-flowing place was designed this way for some purpose. And I wonder if the water wheel development had anything to do with the development of the wheel, or was it vice versa? It has almost a metallic look when it flies. So now I'm on my way out through this lovely arbor, I think they're called.